Hey, guys and gals. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Late for my own show, huh? I was out there running around doing a few things, putting some music in the background, getting some water. I can't do a long show. I just want to kind of do a coffee and say hello to you guys. See what you're up to. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, Colt. Colt says, let me highlight here. I noticed it's got a few new features. Shows my, well, it did. Apparently it does it only occasionally. Supposedly shows my 720p. Disappeared. Was showing it. That's strange anyway. Go figure. Bugs. Software, I don't know if this long thing is working out, but may end up removing it. New things with me, which I don't even want to get into it heavy. I had an epidural today at 9 a.m. in my T10, and it went through a 4-month excruciating communication problem with a physician's assistant. Been several years with her. I finally spoke to the doctor and didn't say nothing, to knock her. I just said, I've had 4 frustrating months, and been a year since I've had a T10 done, and I was getting worse, and even though I'm swimming. And he says, a male guy, Gabriel, he's really a nice guy. He's a physician's assistant, but he works right with this doctor. He says, won't you ask Dr. So-and-so to see him? And he said, and you'll see me some. And I said, yeah, we talk pretty good, man. We talk about cars, everything. Sometimes even reloading, I mentioned. He's a cool dude. And I didn't say nothing negative, but doctor said yes while he was doing the epidural. And I said, also, could you schedule me another one? Because it typically takes 2, which is kind of common if you got bad inflammation. He says, you were reading my mind. I was going to do it. Say that. And he said he'd take me as a patient after, I think, 3 years or 4 years. I can't remember now. But he can monitor me, the physician assistant said. He said he can monitor you more closely and not let you go so long. And I said, yeah, I was thinking that. But anyway, enough of medical stuff. Hope you all doing well. Yeah, StreamYard's, boy, it's getting, I read the things on the new stuff. It says set outro video, new scene. Some things I don't know how to use yet because I haven't been really streaming much. But good to see you, Colt. Appreciate you always, man. You're usually the first one in. I didn't post, like I say, I didn't email anybody. I just kind of posted, I think, 30 minutes before. But I'm not sure I'll be able to do it. I want to get back to Thursday night streaming. And some of you guys know I keep repeating that stuff. But sometimes health issues and working on the car. Other night I worked on the car the other day. I dropped a screw and I wound up taking the side rocker panel off behind the wheel. I took the... I took the battery holder out, the one, the battery sits on. I mean, I stripped that car all the way down to the frame right there, right quick. And that screw, never could find it. And I looked at everywhere, only 2 places it could have dropped in the frame, which it shouldn't have were at that, because there was no hole only in the bottom of the chassis. Or it dropped in the rocker panel, which I undid about 2 foot of it, couldn't see it. I suspect it dropped in the rocker panel and rolled down in the rocker panel, which I'm going to remove here in a few weeks and take a look and see if it's in there. Never could find that screw. Luckily, I had one similar, and I used it a little bit longer. But I put 2 relays. I bought 2 relays. What happened? And it was 15 amp, and it's supposed to have 30. Even though it says on eBay that I'm supposed to have that it's okay with my car, it's not. The only thing that takes a 15 amp relay is the fuel pump. Believe it or not. The fan, the mouth sensor, et cetera, et cetera. Let's see, power mouth sensor, it takes 30 amp. Now, they don't tell you that store. You go to Auto Parts, they don't say a word. They just kind of look up and see what fits. And same thing online. The only place that told me that what it was for was Summit Racing, of all places. And let me know that it would fit, that it was the wrong one. And hi, Vanessa, cutie, good to see you. Appreciate you coming in. Welcome, welcome. And I can't sit long because I kind of got to take it easy, especially the first day. But I get bored. I've been swimming all, except today I didn't. So this week, Monday, Tuesday, last week, I think 4 or 5 days. 4 or 5 days before that, when I can. And I got an appraiser coming out here in a few days, probably, or probably not this week, but next week, they kept texting me from my insurance agency because somebody backed into my car, the driver door, in case somebody don't know the story on that. And I was pumping gas, and somebody just backed a truck with a trailer hitch slowly into my car, and I'm sitting there yelling bloody murder, which I know I've said this. And they turned their audio on and recorded me saying it. And they did dismiss one claim that was at the shop, and I realized that the shop when you get damage at a shop, a lot of comprehensive won't cover it. It's up to you to go after the shop, which I could do, but I'd have to do it in Gwinnett County. I'd have to do it with lawyers. I might do it without lawyers, but he kind of messed me up with no receipt, So I'll have to pay for that down the road, which I will in time. But it's been one thing after another with that car. It's running good now. I got the 2 new relays in a few days ago, like I said. I think it was Friday or Saturday I did it, or Sunday. I can't remember. I got out of there and I slammed in 2 relays from Summit Racing. And I went for over about a week and a long trip to the doctor without any check engine light coming on with the 15-amp versions. Same brand, same, except one was a RY109T 15-amp. The RY109 was a 30-amp. And you don't know that unless you look it up. And it's funny, on eBay it says it fits your car. On O'Reilly it says it fits your car. But they don't quite tell you whoever set that up was not exactly correct. But now the factory put 30 amp in all of them. That I know. TRW same. So I just didn't want to go with 15 amp. I didn't quite trust it. But good to see you all drop by, Vanessa. Appreciate both of you coming in here. But hopefully I can get back to Thursday night soon. I keep saying that over and over and over. I got a lot to do in here to organize this room. It's a disaster. It's like a hurricane tore through here, or a tornado. I got to get some kind of toolbox, another one, and get some of my gunsmith tools loaded in it, kind of like Echo had in his room back a few years ago. I'm going to take some stuff off the wall and get this place a little cleaned up. Today I labeled all my cables here with blue, what is it, blue, I can't even think. What's the tape say? Duct tape, blue duct tape. I got black duct tape, and I got the gray. Duct tape is good for fire, too. Duct tape can do about anything. Do splints for medical. Can even make bandages for if you get injured. Good to see you, Nancy. Thank you for dropping in. You're welcome here. Welcome for coming in. Appreciate it. And matter of fact, I'm formatting your... Hang on one second. I am formatting... Well, it shaded out on me. I might have to redo it, but it's... Supposedly, I'm doing a long... Not a quick format on your USB. I'm doing a long exFAT format, EXFAT, and to wipe it a little bit better, and then put Windows 10 on it. So I'm working on it now as we speak. But Nancy's a homestead community for some of you out there I've mentioned before, and wonderful ladies and people in the homesteading, prepping type communities. I mean, I'm a guy. I like to learn water bath canning. My grandmother used to do it. I know that when I was a kid. I'd like to do the pressure canning meats. That what I'd love to do. Put chicken steak down in there and cook it in one of those aluminum pots, and it actually cooks in the mason jar. That's amazing. And you pull it out, 8 years later, and they say it's as fresh as all get out. So hopefully I can eventually get into that more. I do dry bean canning with mason jars in the oven. I actually kind of forgot. It's been so long since I did it. But I can always go back to the ladies and the videos in the homestead community, and you'll find a video on them doing that dry method. And you learn a lot from these people. Oh, Nightbot is working. I signed in on it and changed the timing on it. Didn't know if it would work again. Want to know what the weather... No, they've changed. They didn't have that before. Used to just, if you want to, it's like expanded or something. At least it's working, tells you what to do. But I appreciate the mods more than I appreciate Nightbot, though. You all have been with me. Vanessa's been a mod a long time. And I haven't even been, Vanessa, I haven't even been in the cold. I haven't even been in the side jets much. I texted Nancy knows who I'm talking about. Susan the other day and says, give me a text if you do a live, because I'm a mod in hers, and I haven't been over in a while. I've been either at the doctor, been at the pool, walking the park, one or the other during the day. So I haven't been able to even catch their live streams. Oh, there you go. There's Susan. I was just talking about you, Susan. I was telling you I'd ask you to text me sometime on a live if you do it, because I've been doctor, park, walking, swimming, you name it. Oh, Vanessa, sorry to hear that. Let me highlight Susan. But welcome in, Susan. Thank you for coming in. Catching the live, smash mine. I appreciate that. Yeah, she's a great lady, man. Got chickens and got a little set up there. Does all kinds of stuff. Canning, homesteading, and prepping. I would consider it prepping. And I caught one here a while back here recently, a video, and did a comment. But she's got good content on stuff. If you want to learn stuff, you can follow her and she'll teach you, or you'll learn from her. Good stuff. And Nancy, I follow her. She's a great lady. I appreciate them coming in too. Getting set up to, okay. You do that stuff too, Vanessa. Cool. You have to this day and age, man. I heard the other day that produce is going up 7%. I went, whoa, it's already high as steaks used to be. So I'm going to try to get my tiller out here. Even though my dog chewed my hard wheel on it, it's a Troy built. The rings got burned out on it. I used to have a garden for like 5 years here. And I'm thinking about taking the head off and putting a gasket and a new set of rings in it and bearings. One time it was going to cost me like $80 to get it mic'd home right quick at a lawnmower shop, and the rings and bearings. Now it's maybe $150 or $200, who knows. But I got torque wrenches and all that, 3/8 half-inch Craftsman, and the other one's a Vevor, Vebor, 3/8 drive. Nice, though. It's not all janky, seems cheap. It's actually got aluminum, and looking at it, you think it's about a $50, $40 torque wrench, but produce seems higher than that. Yeah, it is high. I haven't even did a lot of produce on my grill, and I typically do a lot. I used to eat in the 90s when I cook on a gas grill. I do more produce than meat. I go a little light on the meat, or a piece of chicken or steak, or something, or shish kebab, and I do a ton of veggies. And cause back then veggies was cheap, especially in the 90s, and now, whoa. Let's see. Let me highlight Susan here a minute. I may do live stream more this winter. It's been hectic with the garden coming in. Oh, I can imagine. Yeah, I've been a while since I've had one, but it had to get out here and get the weeds out, hoe it, from time to time. And my dirt's not the best. I have to fertilize it. I really need a dump truck of topsoil hauled in here, and a thing of I do have a truck I can get free for $5, horse manure free, in my Toyota 4-wheel drive old pickup. My friend of mine's got the horse farm, said I could have a scoop. His tractor was down, or whatever it was that he loads with, and I'd forgot about that. I was going to try to do it in May, and he said it was in the shop being worked on. So I've got to get that going and get it spread out there. And I need to do a few platforms, like 2x8s, 2x10s, but they're so expensive now. And maybe do a few elevated stuff. But then if you do the elevated, you got to just fill it with topsoil. And at one time, I could get a dump truck roll of topsoil around here for $400 to $500. I don't know what it's going for now. But, yeah, I do. I like live streaming in the winter, too, Susan. Summer, I tend to be swimming, walking the park, and working on the car. And in the winter, I typically just change the antifreeze, which I did that because like I said, my water pump started leaking a few weeks ago and almost blew my head gasket. So I had to put that on, and I just drained the radiator and then put 50-50 and mixed. I buy my own concentrate, and I take distilled water and I mix it half and half. That's what I do, because it's cheaper that way. And I wound up buying a whole bunch of bottles of distilled water from Walmart and had to take some back. Go figure. Hello, Scott Smith. Thank you. Welcome in, brother. Driving and listening. I appreciate that. I got to get over to your channel, Scott, sometimes. Say hello, man. And I'll do that. All of you. I hadn't been over to you, Colt, in a while. And I haven't did. I was going to, today I was one reason I'm streaming, I was sitting here and I did a quick, I did a short, and I did the short 17 seconds over what a short would be. So I had to reshoot it, and it's regarding tools. I'm going to post it here shortly. And I was in the phone moving over, and I thought about the USB drive and went ahead and got that out and formatted that and get that going for Nancy. Because I've been so hectic busy, one thing after another. But yeah, I appreciate you listening in the vehicle, man. I appreciate it. I don't care if you just come in and say hello and leave. I appreciate it. It's an honor for what you guys do. And hopefully I can get some content here on the live streams back to what it was and get a few guests. I'll get a few here and there. And everybody's welcome. And we can talk about homesteading. Heck, I wouldn't mind it because I don't know as much as some of you ladies know. I would love to do a live stream with Susan and Nancy and everybody talking about canning or whatever, just so I can learn while while we're streaming. That would be cool. Maybe a how-to live stream. I have to talk with everyone to see what they think. Hillbilly Chicken Ranch, don't mention weeds. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. My old Troy built, I put a new carburetor on it for $59 years ago. That thing was good. And then its rings went out. What it was, I had a little line running to it, a little rubber hose I had bought, I think, back there. And I didn't put it on. And dust from the garden got into the head. Now, it ran for 5 years, and the rings went out. The compression went down. It wouldn't crank. And I called the lawnmower shop, and they told me what it probably was. And I suspected that's probably what happened to it. Viejo is here. He says, good to see you, old Walter. Appreciate you dropping in. I'm at the bench getting ready to get some casting. Yeah, I think I said hello to a video. I watched a video of yours the other week. Thought I said hello or something. If I didn't, I apologize. I did. Occasionally I'll watch Eagle Run. I'll grab it, if I'm on the go or busy in the house. I'll watch a video, and sometimes I don't get to comment. And I'll comment maybe later if I can remember it. You know how our memory goes, first thing to go, right? But appreciate you coming in here, Viejo. Check his channel out, guys. He's got good stuff. Casting, that's something else eventually I want to go down the rabbit hole with. I'll say this. I said the other day, I thought reloading was going down the rabbit hole, but I think classic cars takes you down the rabbit hole so huge that it's unreal, even if it has low miles, because everything is old as crap on it. So relays, I got the original heater hose on it, and I bought a new one, didn't put it on because it's got 2 T's on it, runs to the water pump and to the water oil cooler too, and didn't even put it on. It's soft, but it's not over soft, and I'm amazed it still holds up. It might probably blow out when I'm on the road somewhere, so I think I was going to return it, but I think I'll keep it. It's a heater hose about 3 foot long, and it's got 2 plastic T's inserted into it with different size hoses. Now, they didn't used to make them that way. It was once form-fitted, from GM, where the T was nothing but rubber sealed with some kind of machine. But I probably should keep it because down the road, the guy told me at Zip Corvette that if I don't do it, he said he can't guarantee down the road. He said, you never know with these manufacturers. He said, we got a lot of stuff, but if they quit making it, we won't be able to stock it. Now, I can make my own if I measure and do all that, but it's frustrating because you got to run around and get all the parts. I know what I need to do. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to measure the hose inside diameter and outside, and I'm going to write it down, put it in my folder on my Corvette for receipts. That's what I'll do. I do the belts that way too. I've did other things that way. I got a reference. It took me forever to get belts for that thing. This car nobody seemed to know what it was. Now I know the metric number. Got it written down in the imperial number. No. But appreciate you coming in, Viejo. Good to see you. Need to get him on sometime. Walter's always a good guest. He knows a lot of stuff. I'll say this, I may be wrong, but casting and reloading for 50 years? Maybe longer now, because I've known him. God, I remember him streaming with Highboy 10 years ago. Yeah, that's how I first seen him, and that's how I first seen Echo streaming on Highboy's channel when Highboy would go live. And I knew then when I was watching, I said, he knows a lot. He knows a lot about casting and reloading. I want to get me still. We'll go to the gun topic for a minute. I still want to get me a Ruger Vaquero stainless steel 45 Colt or long coat, depending on what you want to call it. And even though Colt named it that, if I'm not wrong in that. But I just love I love that gun. I've dreamed of it since I was a kid. That and a cowboy holster. Carry it with me in the car when I travel. It's not as controversial, so. But I may end up doing a quick draw if I don't shoot myself in the foot. VO says, yep, close to 50 years. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Long, long time. And Vanessa says earlier, I'm on canned tomatoes. I love tomatoes. I eat tomatoes, man. I can eat tomatoes. Matter of fact, I can't even hardly have a steak without a tomato. I'm so used to it. Where a lot of people's baked potato. Now, I do the baked potato thing, but a tomato, about 3 or 4 slices, lightly salted. Oh, yeah. Steak, that and a potato most of the time is a must do. I don't do a lot of side dishes, and I should, probably. And I don't even do potatoes at times, baked potato. But I'll definitely try to get a tomato for it. I got a few frozen now in the freezer. I cleaned the refrigerator out yesterday and noticed it. Leo says he has a Bisley. Yeah, I think I've seen that. Well, I know I have. It seems like I have. I love the stainless steel. I ran into one, and I told you this a while back, I think, BL, I don't know if you remember. I ran into a used one, with grips were changed, too, at, Franklin's Gun Stores, family-owned gun store since the 60s. A former policeman opened it. His wife, I think, still runs it, and her sons. And I ran into a used Vaquero, stainless steel, the 5.5 barrel, and you could tell it had a trigger job. It was easy. I mean, very easy. And I ran into another one that was used. It was stiff. A new one, it was fairly stiff. At least I thought it was, compared to the one that was a trigger job. So if I get it, I want to have a trigger job done and lighten the hammer and get it where it's easy to work with. So just something I've always dreamed of, and I got to have it. Even though 45 is going to cost me more than brass, I can use it a lot though too, of course. Reuse it. I want that 45 single action army style. Like I say, I grew up with, I won't say how old I am. I grew up with, Gunsmoke and all of that stuff. And I was always fascinated by those, his gun. And, of course, I had him as a kid, too, as a toy. Let's see, how about a few, okay. Oh, yeah, that's right. Nightbot is working. I went there the other day, because I figured if I stream in the future, it needs to be, somehow it signs me out. Nightbot does if you don't use it for a while. Let's see. Let me highlight you guys. Wow, got 9 in here. Appreciate you guys taking the time to show up for me. It means a lot to me. I'm contemplating doing. I want to do a stream tonight. It's not that I don't want to. I probably would do it at 8, which is my old time slot. But I just had that epidural, and I don't know if I can sit that long. I need to go lay down and probably do some heat or ice. So, yep, got to do take care of the elements first. The rifleman, oh yeah, the rifleman, Susan, yep, I grew up with that. That was, it seems like, I could be wrong, John Wayne had a version of that, or had the original, I can't remember, but he had a version too that would do that, and back in the day. I'm not sure who owned it, because I forget the article. It's been so many years. But yeah, the rifleman, that was a unusual way to shoot. And amazing, some of the shows they didn't think would work back then actually worked real good. I mean, Gunsmoke ran for 20 years. It got canceled, and it wasn't, they said, because of viewers. It just, you get new producers in there, and they just decide, well, everybody's tired of Gomer Pyle shows or Gunsmoke. I just want to do away with them, and we're going to do away with them. And that's what happened. They didn't do it necessarily always because of ratings. And those shows went bye-bye, but just because of it. I think James Arness was kind of surprised. All of them were, is what I remember reading years ago. But it was still popular when it went off. And Can't forget Chester and what you call it. Try. Can't remember his name. Festus. Jesus, slap me. Can't remember names. There you go. Yeah, I like Gunsmoke too, Vanessa. I sure did. Yeah, I do too. I hadn't lately. I tell you something I didn't watch much when I was a kid, but I did watch it sometime. That was Paladin. I watched that, and I watched Steve McQueen's show, which I can't think of the name now. Wanted Dead or Alive, I think it was. And I watched Paladin. Always amazed me because he had that emblem, which I actually asked Mark Thomas a while back, if I could ever get the emblem, could he attach it to make me a black leather Paladin holster? I think I want that black leather Paladin holster. I think if it was something the Queen or something on his holster, I forget now. Hobbies Hobo, welcome in. Thank you for dropping by, brother. Dale Poe, good to see you, Dale. Y'all notice I got the hint from someone. I appreciate that. I called it. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, and I just added coffee. Sometimes I may not add coffee, but coffee because it's during the day. I've already had my coffee, actually. I used to didn't drink coffee in the summer, but I stay in here in the morning about 7:30 watching the news or YouTube, and I'll go get a cup down the road, discounted 74 cents. So I come back home, drink it, and I don't go out in the heat for a little while. And about 10 or 11, I go to the indoor pool because I'm a member of the Y now. They got a brand new 8-lane pool. Nice. Viejo says, Paladin's logo was, okay, yeah. Okay. True, yeah. The knight, yeah, that's what I couldn't remember, the horse head. Yeah. I always thought that was kind of strange. Have gun, will travel. But he had morals, if you'll think about it. So that's another topic that's sorely missing in our shows these days. Now they're trying to give us, different shows to flip people and thinking certain things are normal, which I won't get into, which is okay, but they just don't, it's funny. They do guns and they act like it's a horrible thing, but yet they do guns and shoot everybody up. And then want to get on TV and tell us us pro-gun people are crazy, or anti-gun. Amazing. But they'll do anything that sells, of course. They don't care. Let's see. Good to see you, Dale. Appreciate you dropping in. Welcome in. Nessa says, I watch all Western. My dad watched. Yeah, my mom did. But my mom would watch. Seemed like it was Saturday night. Could have been Friday. But she'd let me watch Gunsmoke, and then I'd have to go to bed. My mother would not let me stay up late unless it was the weekend. My mother was very structured lady. Coach says, I like the Andy Griffith Show. Yeah. Yeah, they all taught morals, somewhat back then. Like you look at Gunsmoke, and I didn't really think of it back then, even when I got in my 20s and 30s. But you look at it, it shows what happens to the bad guy, typically, what anger would do for you, hate, revenge. It's amazing the stories that it tells. But Hollywood's become a cesspool. And what's weird is most of Hollywood's moving out of Hollywood now. I think even Ozzy, he just passed away. God bless his heart. Ozzy just passed, and he said an interesting statement. He says, I hope if I get to heaven that God won't recognize me as the Prince of Darkness and actually recognize who I really am. And I thought that was kind of strange. But they left I'm getting to this, they left L.A., even though their house is still there. Back when they did it, not only because they wanted to go back to England, they said it turned into a cesspool. They said it used to be good. Combat I watched, yep. Combat was one of my favorite. Vic Morrow, he died in a Twilight Zone movie, I remember it when he died. I said, wow, Vic Morrow. I think helicopter blades cut up, helicopter crashed and blades tore up everything. But yeah, I like Combat too, Vanessa. Definitely did. Andy, yeah, I agree with that, Hobo. I mean, I read something on that when that show first came out. It says, now Hollywood's went to serial killers with a conscience, or serial killers that do good things or something like that. And I thought, wow. I actually watched some of that, but he does have a code. Yep, he goes after the supposedly. I don't think real serial killers have a code. They don't have any. I mean, they say they're totally no remorse. I mean, you do interviews, you hear them talk. Basically, sociopaths and psychopaths. But let me go up here and scroll and see how many of you on here. Had 9 at one time. I appreciate that. Not bad for a pop-up. Good to see y'all anyway. It's not about numbers anyway. And keep hanging in there, guys. I will start a Thursday night. Maybe Viejo will come on sometimes. A few other guys. Coach welcome is an avatar anytime if he wants to come on. All of you are. I mean, you know that. So I say it often. I don't. I mean, maybe there a while me and Echo used to probably control, who come on and who didn't to a point, in some ways structured, but for the most part, hey, it's good to have a guest on and talk to them. And so sometimes I miss panels. And as a matter of fact, I need to text Echo today. I'm going to text him, and I'll let you guys know next time I go live, which is, I'm going to be sitting here. I can't go swimming for 3 days, so the pool closes Saturdays, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I probably can hit the pool Saturday, but I may still do a coffee between now and Saturday or Friday. And maybe I'll contact Echo, and I'll let you know if he responds. I know he's with a girlfriend at her place, which kind of bothers him. Echo wants to try to get his own place and be. I tried to get him to come here. He said he didn't want to be a burden, and you had to do a lot for him. You had to have him set up his his blood sugar thing because he couldn't see hardly. He could see, but it was like narrow and hard to. He had to focus or squint with one eye. I forget what he said there, but he would. I told him, I said, I ain't worried about that. I said, rent the room. He can't blame him. He grew up in Florida and he wanted to go back, so he did. But there for a little bit, we were texting. I sent him earbuds to try to go live, and we couldn't get the earphones to work. And I asked him to send it back to me or Yahoo. I did the return, and I sent him the code and all that for him to copy and tell him to take it to a store and get me a refund. It was about $17, and apparently everything was so hectic he couldn't do it. He got kicked out, like I said. The wife of the house did not want him there anymore. And can't blame him. A lot of people won't take in people, that's handicapped like that these days. But Echo's got a good heart. Our city is jumping. Little League World Series is going on. Oh, wow, Coach. Let me try to scroll down here, make sure I don't miss nobody. I see new comments. Curtis, good to see you, my friend. Welcome in, man. Supporting. Yeah, Curtis works a lot. Curtis is a good one that we need to get on here sometime. You said a while back you wanted to come on. Let me know a time, Curtis, or we'll pick some evenings, whatever you can do. If you got free time, we'll go live and talk. If you want to, we'll script it, kind of get on, discuss some talk. We'll write it down and get into it. And it just, nothing else, it'll be just me and you. And Garage Guy, he comes over sometime. He's welcome. Everybody's welcome. Come on, talk. And used to do quite a few scripted shows with Echo. Actually, we kind of got away from the panels there for a while and seemed to do pretty good because, we had topics to work on. And Echo knew everything about ARs and M16s. And I still need a tool or two of AR. That more of a want than a need, probably. But I'm going to get it. I was trying to think what I got here. I still got this laying on my bench, which I highly recommend. That's the Midwest Industries reaction rod with the fin. That joker is magnificent, man. I mean, when you put that in there, now you can adjust this a little bit. Your receiver does not move, not even a 1/16 of an inch. It's just lock solid. And you can torque your nut without cracking your receiver and breaking off your barrel nut. This is a good item. To me, 115 average, 18, probably a little higher now. You can't beat this. In my opinion, they make the best AR-15 tool around Midwest for a reaction rod. Yeah, all the others, guys, lay $200. I ain't paying $200 for a rod. That's just a little too hefty. But this thing is cool. I told Echo about it, and he is excited. He wanted to get one. He lost everything. Some of you guys know that. Every gunsmith tool he had, all of his guns he had, every computer he had. That poor guy lost every single thing. I wanted to try my best to get up there with a truck, but I knew it was going to be very difficult to even try to accomplish. I would have got the stuff and stored it for him if we had to, because he had so he didn't just lose his person he lived with 17 years. He lost his life, his freedom, and everything for a while. Everything he owned. I couldn't even imagine, because I knew he had a lot of stuff. 2 boxes. Wow. Some of you remember seeing his room. Always had a ton of stuff. He had 2-box drawers full of gunsmith tools, old stuff too, some of it. Him and his father used to build AR-15s back when he was younger. His father was in the M16s, if I remember right. And let's see here. Support him more. Yeah, I appreciate you coming in, Curtis, and listening, brother. Hobo, good to see Hobo. Yep, the serial killer with a code. Boy, they got 2 spinoffs from that show, which was kind of like 2, but different names. They got the original, was it Original Sin or something? Something like that. I can't remember now if it's Original Sin. I watched so many. They got spinoffs of Walking Dead too. I've watched most of them. And I like Walking Dead a lot. I only watched a little bit back in the day, but I watch the live channel, and when I watch it, though, I go to bed. I lose when it's 24/7. Broadcasting any of them, Nash, Bridges, Walking Dead. You get up the next morning, you're totally another season or into the season, so you don't even know what the show's about. And I hate that part. I'm going to buy The Walking Dead in a Blu-ray set eventually. Get that. Let's see, renewing my carrier permit next month. I must go get a digit passport photo to upload. Oh, cool. Yeah, I do here. In Georgia, we have constitutional carry, but I still do the permit. I do it, because I don't have to have a background check if I purchase something, and it's just easier. And I don't like waiting on that crappy NICS system. They'll either put me on hold for days or not deny, but just not approve. It's weird, and sometimes they'll approve me. I spoke with them years ago, and they were supposed to get a thing on my record, and it's a flaw I wasn't even prosecuted from I won't say the decade, but they were going to do it, and it was something I did, and it was dropped. And that every time I would do it, it would sometimes it's on hold. Doot, doot, doot. And I go, what? So I actually talked to the, I can't remember if it was the FBI or GBI office, and they told me they would remove it, finally, from the store. I called them. He gave me a number. He said, you're on hold, whatever you want to call him, you can. So that helped me out. I called them. They supposedly removed it, and then it still kept happening. But it was even so bad at one time, Cherokee County here in Georgia turned me down for a concealed carry. And I says, what the crap? I've had a concealed carry for years in another county. It's just the age we live in, folks. It's not like I did a crime or anything. I mean, it was a minor thing, and it was dropped. There's another new spin on Dexter right now. It's good. Dexter. Yeah. Okay. Resurrection. Okay, I was thinking Original Sin, so I got that wrong. Yeah, I think it shows Dexter when he's young, Hobo, if I'm correct. Yeah. Let's see. Vanessa said we don't have concealed carry. Wow. See, Pennsylvania, the state police handle all the background checks. Yeah, here we're in rural county. The the courthouse. I'm trying to think what department does that. I can't even remember now. But I go up to the courthouse and do it. More deputy sheriffs typically have an office there, and they do it. I forget what it's called now. But you think I know because I go all the time. I do the carry. Had it for years. But yeah. We got a good county here. Something in the past I hadn't really fully realized. I grew up in Gwinnett County where cops would look at you like you were a criminal every time you passed down the street and went down Beaver Highway. They'd look at you and stare, even when my mother was in the car. And I go, man, they're not friendly at all. I mean, they weren't when I was 10 years old. And they just were that way. Here, cops will wave at you. They do that in Alabama, too. I went to Alabama one time decades ago, and I told Mom, I said, the cops are waving at me when I go by. That's strange. I said, that's a totally different world here. And now they do it in this county. They don't do it in Gwinnett and probably don't do it in DeKalb. They just literally, if they look at you, they giving you a bad look. I don't care if you just drive by them, they give you a bad look. And that gives them a bad name too, you know. So it's in Connecticut. The town does a background check and you pay for a temporary permit, which you must then apply for the state one. Wow. Within 60 days of a temporary, state runs check too. Yeah, here it's our local courthouse we do it at. And I think runs a FBI check. I think it is. I don't remember about GBI. Let's see. They call it PICS. All sales and permits are approved by them. Probate court. Our probate court here does it. That's what I was trying to think of. Sorry, I couldn't remember, guys. Just like I said, first thing to go. Let's see. Guys, I'm going to kind of wind this down, and gals, I appreciate Vanessa coming in. Always good to see her. I appreciate Hobo. Let me go up here and call you guys and gals out here before I get off the show, which is something all the gun community seems to do. And I've always kind of feel weird when I don't do it. Give you a shout out. Shout out to GGW, which I hadn't seen in a while. If he knew it, he probably would be here. Who else? James Pollard, he's down here in South Georgia. I wished I had James Pollard. I'm going to go on his channel and give him a thing and get his phone number and text him. I still would like to. My car's got to go in the shop in a few weeks and be repaired. It flexed my door in probably 2 to 3 inches. It's an SMC panel, not fiberglass, which is got fibers in it, but it's not considered fiberglass car. I didn't know that. They stopped pure fiberglass, I think, in 1972 or 73 and went to SMC. And it's a different repair method. But anyway, enough of that. Let's see. Colt was the first one in here. Good to see you, Colt. He's into those. Got a Colt right there, pistol. He's into the Tommy submachine guns. Thompson machine guns, I should say. My father loved them guns. I did too. I used to watch a lot of those gangster movies, boy, with machine bullets everywhere. I seen something. I seen that thing where they shot up the CDC here in Atlanta. My goodness, bullet holes in the windows. 30-year-old whack job. Jeez. Man, we got so many mental health issues here in America. It's not the gun's fault. It's the mental health. Let's see. Vanessa Cutie come in. Good to see you, Vanessa. Our treasured home, Nancy, come in. Appreciate you coming in here, each and every one of you. It means a lot to me. The Hillbilly Chicken Ranch, her name is Susan. She come in here and shared out. Appreciate that, Susan, if you're still listening. Who else? Vanessa, Colt, Vanessa. I'll get to all the others. I remember in the head, Scott Smith come in. Good to see you, Scott. Appreciate you listening, brother. I'll try to get over to your channel in a few days or a week or so. At least say hello. Watch some of your stuff. If you have a developed channel. Some don't. And I don't put up much stuff. I was going to try to, if I don't do it today, I'm going to upload a short for my new item I bought. But I actually got some money off another item I returned and put toward it. That's why I was able to afford to get it. And even then, it hurt me. Vanessa, good to see you. Viejo was with us. Walter, good to see you, Walter. Nancy was with us. Nancy's great homesteading community. Her and her granddaughter. It's good to see Susan. See Dale Poe. Good to see you, Dale. Appreciate you coming in. It was Dale's idea. He mentioned it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Let's see. Hobbies Hobo. Good to see you, Hobo. I'm taking my time, guys. I ain't rushing it. I can scroll fast. I just don't want to. Curtis Long. He's at work. Man, works a lot. But appreciate each and every one of you. Like I say, hopefully I'll get streaming soon. And I'll kind of do an update and try to do a few days and let you all know in advance. So keep your eyes out for that. And we'll do Thursday night. Might do Monday night before MacMan, a short one. And I'll have to do it, I think, at 6:30, something like that. I can do one at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I think Mac in the summer, it goes on live at 8 in Georgia. In the winter, he's 9 o'clock, if I remember correctly. Wonder what MacMan's doing. He's been really busy. Got 3 trucks running now. Millsurp Duo I missed. Oh, he just come in. Or when did he come in? Let me see. He come. Yeah, just a minute ago. Good to see you, Millsurp Duo. Appreciate you dropping in, brother. I need to get over to watch you all's channel from time to time. Tuesday night, if I'm not correct, before I go, type in the time, Milsert, the time reloading podcast. I don't remember. I used to have it on the TV on the washer and dryer, and I would have it playing on my Roku at one time. I got it here now, and I actually hooked a Roku player up to it here, and I can use this 32-inch Spectre TV from Walmart. I can use it too when I'm reloading. I can watch your comments. So I use it for both. I'd like to have it mounted on the wall. I may take this shelf down and put, even though plywood's expensive, and do little cubby holes up here. Just be easier. That shelf just sticks out too far, and hang the TV on the wall. And but appreciate you coming in here. Yep, the real 7:05 Central Standard Time. Okay, so that would be what, 8 Eastern, I would think. Yeah, correct. Yeah, I was thinking 8 Tuesday. Yep. But appreciate each and every one of you dropping by and saying hello. I hope you have a good one. I need to go eat and lie down. Can't lift anything heavy for a few days, and here I am streaming live, and sitting bothers me more than anything. I'm better if I stand. I don't seem to have problems, but like I say, I'm mighty in time. I get a toolbox out there and I set up some LED lights. I may stream live out of the garage when I get it cleaned out. I got some storage stuff in there, and I would like to do that because I could walk and or stand and talk, and that would be a lot better on me. I can stand for hours. It's not a big deal. Sitting really gets to me at times. But you all have a good one. God bless. Take care. Great to see you. 8 on. Great. Hate to end it with you guys. I would love to talk more, but take care. Catch you on the flip side.